Hey YouTube, today we're tackling something very easy that you can do on your own 2006-2007 GSXR 600. We're going to do an oil change. Now mine looks a little bit rough. It is a rebuild, so I'm going to rebuild this whole bike, but today we're just tackling something very easy, oil change. So stay tuned for that. Please like, subscribe, click that bell notification as well. Please support the page. Okay, so you do need access to the left side of the bike. It'd be much more easier to get this job done. To remove the clips here on the left side of the fairing. You can actually look this up online. It's very easy to do, very self-explanatory, and it gives you really easy access to the oil filter as well as your oil drain plug. You can see right there below. And what's also helpful is having a stand as well. I highly recommend it. You don't need it. Okay, so before we get started on the oil change, let's talk about what you need to prepare yourself, what kind of equipment you need. And I bought this oil change kit off of Factory Racing, and it came with 4 quarts of oil. Very affordable. Comes with virtually everything that you need. So it does come with this paper funnel. I have my own funnel, so I didn't really use it, but just in case you didn't have one, it's pretty useful. Also, it comes with some black rubber gloves, so if you don't want it dirt under your fingernails, very useful. Comes with its own oil filter. Also comes with a crush washer, so I didn't have to change mine out. Mine wasn't that bad, but you'll see later. And you also need a socket and wrench, so you need a 17mm socket. And also you can get a fluid container, a plastic fluid container like I have over here. Step 1, we're going to be draining the oil plug using our 17mm socket. Very self-explanatory. Just go ahead and then unscrew it until it cracks and let the oil drain. Now you also, if your bike is on a stand, I highly recommend tilting it, just so if there's any leftover oil, you want to get it all out. Okay, so now we're going to be removing the oil filter, so you can put some of the pre-packaging cushion on the headers. That's what I did, just because I didn't want the old oil to spill over on my headers. So it was hard to remove my oil filter. I had to purchase some oil filter pliers, and this will completely destroy your old oil filter, especially if it's stuck on there. So once you remove it, let it drain a little bit, tilt the bike. If it's on a stand, just to get some of that leftover oil. Now we're going to be replacing the oil drain plug and the filter. So all you have to do is actually just screw on the filter and also put on the oil drain plug once all the oil has been drained. So once all the oil has been drained, go ahead and just put your bolt back in there. Don't forget your crush washer, so you could replace that with a new crush washer if you bought a kit just like I did, or you could just purchase it at your local automotive store. And when you replace your oil filter, make sure to put and lube up some of the filter. You can right there, you can just lube it up right there. Some of your new oil, stick your finger in there and go to town. Okay, step 4 is torquing down your oil drain plug. So you want to clean up all your equipment, remove your oil collection container, clean up everything. That way you can have easy access to that bolt. So I didn't mention to buy a torque wrench, but if you're going to do maintenance on your own bike, I highly recommend just buying a cheap one. You can buy one off Harbor Freight. So the torque should be set at 16.5 foot-pounds of torque. So this is where you're gonna have to use that 17mm socket. Go ahead and torque it down until you hear a click. Step number 5, we're gonna fill her up with fresh oil. So make sure to wipe down any dirt or any old oil. That way, you want to clean it up before you put the fairing back on. So also tighten up that filter, make sure it's nice and tight. So that's what I did over there. I made it nice and snug. So I'm going over to the right side of the bike now. That's where you're going to put in your oil. You can dump your oil in there. Okay, so you're going to see two little lines. There's one on top, one on the bottom. The top line, it means full. The one below means it's low. So you want to make sure that you fill it up to the full line. So yours would probably just be a twist off. Mine is actually something aftermarket that came with the bike. So go ahead, place your funnel in there, put down some oil. So make sure, guys, you are actually watching the oil. As you can see, I'm actually looking down there and see how much oil is in there. You can see it's right there at the full line. Now we're going to run the engine so we can cycle through the entire engine. So go ahead, turn on your engine, let it run for 3 minutes.
So like I said, we're gonna cycle the engine for 3 minutes, all right? I had to set up my camera so I can press the clutch in and...
Alright, so the final step is recheck that oil line, make sure it's at that full. I'm pretty sure once it cycles through the engine, it'll be low on oil, so you're going to have to refill it very slowly and watch that line. And make sure you let the bike cool down for another 10 minutes. That's what I would do because the engine is still pretty hot, so let it cool down for about 10 minutes. So all you have to do now, final step, just refill the oil and you're good to go. Alright, as you can see, it's on the full line and we're good to go. Thank you guys for watching the full video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this tutorial, please like, subscribe, share the video, comment below. Tell me what else I need to do or make some comments of your own. What kind of bike do you have? Comment below. Peace.